review. So let's bring it out. You guys see that? Let's move it up. Okay. Do I watch sports? The only sports I watch are esports. 100% nerd. Do you need to download Universal Replayer? Yes, Mikey. Just Google Universal Replayer. It's the first search result. Alright guys, so this is another review from a viewer. This is Sharting or Steamer, and yeah, so we're gonna review this game for him. I don't think he's in the chat, but that's all right. I always post my reviews as highlights and then put them on YouTube as well. So if you ever have one and you're not around to hear what I say, you can always look at it that way. But these are a very good way to teach people poker, because you can talk a lot about the hands. Good. Okay, good. Good. Fold, 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 fold. Fold. How much was first? Like $5? Something like that. I would not fold here. Oh, wait a minute. This guy's raised. Never mind. Good fold. Just forget that, guys. You didn't see that. Fold, 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 fold. Fold. I mean, we're getting 10 to 1. You could just call to try and flop trips. But that's fine. He did fold, right? 7-2, yeah. Okay. Okay, raise. That's fine. Bet. Good. Bet. Whoa. Yeah, when you have a flush, guys, you want a value bet. So I'd bet here 400. And okay, well, you have to call river. No point in raising, though. Yeah, you're not going to... The raise doesn't make sense, because it's a paired board. It's unlikely that he calls you with many worse flushes, and you just get value owned against full houses and like the king high flush. So you just have to call here, not shove. Yeah. Kind of owned yourself in that hand, Sharting. I don't think he's in the chat, but we'll just pretend like he's here. He sent me this game because he does come back. Spoiler alert, he comes back for one big blind. Although he's made a few mistakes here. When you have one big blind, you're getting very good pot odds, so you should probably just put your money in the middle as quickly as you can. Like, I would just put it in here with anything. And same here. But it doesn't really matter, I guess. You can just wait for something that's a little better. There was a hand with the Queen of Hearts, Five of Hearts in a hand review where I said it's okay to fold the turn because you only have 5 to 1 to win the hand. What about implied odds? Yes, implied odds are going... You need to factor them into your decision as well, and 3 street. I think... Well, let's say you're on the turn and you're getting exactly 4 to 1, which is around 20% odds. If you have the flush, you maybe have 9 outs, so your approximate chance of hitting the flush is around 18%. So already you're a little bit off. But if you factor in implied odds, it's hard to evaluate exactly how much implied odds will give you, and also it depends on what kind of flush draw you have. If you have the nut flush draw and it's an unpaired board, you can be sure that if you hit the flush on the river, you're going to have the nuts. But if you have, let's say, a queen high flush, even if you hit your flush on the river, there is reverse implied odds because someone could have a better flush on you. So I think overall it will average out so that you should just try and play for direct pot odds on the turn. And especially because you're not that deep, there are not going to be very many implied odds. If you're in a cash game and you're 200 big blinds deep, well, there's a lot of implied odds because you can win a lot more money. But in a sit and go, there are other factors that are more important than implied odds, and the another one is stack preservation and ICM. So if you're out of the tournament, you can't get in the money, and that's a big deal in sit and goes. So you do have to think about implied odds, but it's not as big of a deal in sit and goes as it is in cash games. Hopefully that answered your question. Yeah, this seems fine. Call here with 2 big blinds behind. Seems fine. So we'll continue with this game here. You're welcome, Man3 Street. Thanks for joining in the chat. Alright. Under the guns, pushing 5 big blinds. So I think 6s here are an okay call, because we have to think about what hands he's pushing. I think he pushes here with any pair. So when he pushes any pair, you're doing well enough with pocket 6s to go all in yourself for only 5 big blinds. And you also dominate hands like ace-6, ace-5, ace-4, ace-3, ace-2. He maybe might do this with like a 6-7. So there are lots of hands that we dominate in his range. And if we're flipping, the blinds are high enough that it's not terrible because we're getting great overlay on a flip. So we ended up being flipping, but we won the flip. It's fine. Okay, back up from 1 big blind. Okay, fold, fold, fold. Raise, fold. Fold, fold. Okay. Right, so this is the bubble now. It only costs us 200 to try and flop a set. I would go for it here. It does cost around 10% or a bit more than 10% of our stack, but with 2 other players, if we do happen to flop a 3, we're getting a lot of money. So I don't mind investing 200 chips here just to try and flop a 3. No 3, so we're giving up. Whoa. It's pretty crazy. I really hate this play because we're on the bubble. If we fold, we still have 8 big blinds, so we're not desperate yet. And by doing this, I mean, how is he going to fold here? Look at the pot odds he's getting. Almost 4-1. It only costs him another 900 chips to call. So you have to think that he's probably calling here with anything. Like any 2 overcards, any draw, any pair, he's calling. So you're not in great shape. Even if you have the best hand now, and he has a draw, you're still flipping. You're flipping against a lot of straight draws with 2 overcards. I would just fold. And then if he has a 6 or an 8, you're almost dead. Wow, how did he fold that? I mean, even if he has ace-5, he's getting very good odds to draw to just try and hit the ace. I don't know. I don't like his play. I don't like how any of those guys played, but that's fine. It worked out. Well, now we have a stack, so I like this all in. We want to put pressure on this guy. He has 11 big blinds. It's a bad hand, but whenever you're blind versus blind on the bubble, you want to be pushing all in as much as you can. Okay, fold, fold, fold. In the money now, okay. Raise ace-king, value, that's fine. Raise aces, value, re-raise. Okay, I'd just go all in here. That's good. Well done. Okay. Call. This is normally a spot to put pressure on the small blind. When he limps, he has 4,000 chips. The short stack only has 1,400. So he really doesn't want to bust out here. I would look to raise his pre-flop. I think even with the deuce 8 offsuit, he should just be folding. I would make it 900. If he decides to call, then you just c-bet, and he should just give it up. Even when our hand is so bad, he just should be playing very, very tight in this situation with the short stack sitting on the button there. Checking is fine because our hand is so bad, but I would play it a bit more aggressively. I think this is very weak play when the small blind is obviously scared. He's just limping. you know, he's scared of your chips. He doesn't want to bust out second. I mean, third. So I would play that more aggressively. Alright, the all-in with queen 8's fine. This shove is okay, but I think I would just make a normal raise here, a min raise. Because if on the off chance the big blind has a big hand, we can then fold pre-flop. I don't really want to risk so much of my stack here with a shove. Just on the off chance he has, you know, a strong hand that he wants to call in now. But shoving is not a mistake, it's certainly plus EV. Okay, all in, yep. Fold the 3-10, that's fine. Okay, fold the 9-8. All in, well done, good. Ace Jack, alright. Trap raise, that's fine. 9-4. Fold. Okay, almost done, guys. Heads up time. Raise every button, good. Fold, okay. Fold. Raise, call, okay. Alright, I would call here, definitely. His play is quite weak, and if he continues doing this, we can often bluff him off his hand by the river, and we still have the gut shot and 1 overcard. So, I like calling. Yeah, well done. I would call again, and just see what he does on the river. Okay. Oh well, he decided to push, so nothing we could do, but, you know, if he made a small bet there again, we could raise the river now. Okay, limp is fine. A gut shot again. I don't want to just fold here. I would probably call. Raise is okay too, yeah, I don't mind the raise. Because we don't mind taking the hand down now with our 7 high. We only have a gut shot and quite a bad redraw. And if he doesn't have anything, he's just going to fold. And we want him to fold hands that might hit pairs against us on the turn or river. So yeah, I like this. I think it's good. And if he decides to call here with a 5 or a 3, we can put a lot of pressure on turn cards. So he's kind of in a bad spot. You know, if he doesn't have a king, he just has to fold. And if he has a king, well, he's going to show us now, and we can easily give up on our bluff. I like that play. Okay, all in. That's fine. For 15 big blinds, it's certainly plus EV. We could just do another min raise and then go from there. But, you know, this is not a mistake. It's just a different way of playing the hand. And we lose against the ace. That's fine. So our boy Sha Ting, he played pretty good. Still a few mistakes, but overall quite a strong play. A good game.